Hey guys, it is Aaron here. I have my 1982 250cc two-stroke Polaris TrailBlazer. So let's go through it. Let's talk about it. So on the front, we're going to start at the front. There was a grease nipple there, was being the key word. I accidentally ripped it off because I didn't know how to use grease nipples. That one I managed to keep on. As well, right here, you notice that there is no oil pan, how do I say that? Reservoir, here it is. So this is the oil reservoir where you put the two-stroke motor oil. It runs down to this pump right here that is mounted on the inner bit of the quad. And this pump pushes the oil up into the engine as it burns the gasoline. Now, I've been told that those pumps can jam, you could seize up your quad. Whatever the case is, I decided to pull it out because I wanted to do my own mixing. So I pulled it out of the front. Now my fuel ratio is 32:1. So I believe that's the racing ratio. So in here also, my problem was this throttle. Now on the inside of this carburetor there is a cylinder that goes up and lets air go through that's mixed with oil and gas. Well, as this cylinder went up, which is this cylinder right here on the inside, okay, as it went up it got stuck. So, have you ever heard of the saying, the throttle got stuck open? Yeah. Got me into a lot of bad situations in the mountains when I'm quadding along and she's full bore and everybody's stopping her, there's an edge of a cliff. When you mix the oil and the gas, what happens is it lubricates this cylinder, this throttle jet, so that it doesn't get jammed open anymore. So two birds, one stone, ladies. Also, new brake. When I bought the thing, I got this quad about a year ago for $1,000. There's a couple things wrong with it. One of them was this brake handle was broken off because somebody rolled it. So it has been rolled probably more than once, but so he offered to buy a new one. So got it on eBay. It was like $100, but put it in, bled the brakes, which was a giant pain. And then I headed down here, my back brakes. So I only had front brakes for a little while. And this is your back brake setup. Now, right now it's set up too tight. So when you're not using the brake is actually engaged. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit. You can see the dirt mark here, and then the clean spot there. That's how much I moved it forward because it wasn't engaging properly. Well, it's engaging too much now, so you're on your brakes all the time. So I got to change that. Back up in here, there's that white plate. That is where that oil pump that I showed you earlier was. Pulled it off, put a plate in there, siliconed it up. So hopefully it's waterproof. Probably not. But this, I'd take it all off to get to the starter. Do you see this white thing back there? Right there. That is a plate covering the starter spot. And this is the starter. This thing is screwed up. It had like brackish water in it. It was gross, seized. I tried to fix it myself until it was taking too long, didn't get any of it done. So I just put the plate on the, can you see it from this side? I doubt it. No, it's just transmission. I put the plate on the quad and we're using it just like that. We're pull starting it. Now the weird part about the Polaris is where this square is, that was filled with plastic. So when you'd pull start, it would go up against the plastic and wear the rope down. So what I did is I cut a hole there, and now when you pull, you're not pulling up against the plastic. So it's a little bit easier to do as well. So just a few things. I took the breather. I'll show you the giant mess, my garage. This was the breather, I guess, over 15 years. Was it 20 years now? Whoa, it's been like 30 years. Yeah, not so good. Thing isn't waterproof, so I just pulled it off. That's so you can go through deep water, whatever. I'm not going through deep water anyways. That's the air filter right down in there, so runs much better. I changed the spark plug, which requires you sticking your hand up and behind there. I took the tank off, the gas tank, but you don't need to. I didn't know that till after. So I had this whole thing apart. Pretty much know it inside and out, for the most part. Down here, I put a bolt where a grease nipple should be. That's filled with oil and actually it's filled with lithium-ion grease. But there's no battery right now, and I want to hook a winch up to this thing, so I need a battery. The starter's gone, so I was contemplating whether to just leave the battery out, but I want to put a winch in for my homemade snow shovel. The winch will probably go on the front here, and then you can lift up the snow shovel with it. This is actually my wife's quad. She likes the automatic, and I got the GIO in the background, standard. So we are heading out to the mountains tomorrow. I'll take some footage. It's actually going to be my brother driving. Should be fun. Join us. I'll record that for you guys. Also, the link to that video will be right up here, and the link to the GIO will be over on this side, so you guys can watch that one as well. So any suggestions on what I should do next, just comment